All right. Solo road trip commence. First leg of the trip is going to take us to Connecticut, where we will pick up our longtime friend Khalil at Caster's Corner. We are, of course, on our way to Massachusetts to Red 5 Toys and Collectibles to see the HasLab Gunship prototype in person. Now, the reason why I'm taking this nearly 3-hour drive to Massachusetts from New Jersey isn't just to see my friend Khalil, isn't just to see our friends Steve and Chris from the Hasbro team, but they are giving people the opportunity to bring some vintage collection figures themselves, take some photos with the gunship. So I've got 3 things in mind. I've got Ahsoka and Anakin from the Clone Wars, and Rex from the Clone Wars TV show. I've got Anakin and Obi-Wan from basically the moment where Padme falls from the gunship, and I've got Yoda for the infamous Around the Survivors, a Perimeter Create line. So I'm thinking I could take 3 photos, show kind of 3 different moments in time that were kind of iconic with the gunship. Well, 2 moments in time that were iconic with the gunship, and 1 that's just kind of evocative of that Clone Wars era. So we'll see if we can get a few words from Chris. You guys are going to hear from Stevie about the gunship through and through on the 1st, so on Labor Day. So that episode will drop here on YouTube. It will drop wherever you enjoy podcasts. So we'll see if we can hear from Chris a little bit about the gunship as part of this video. We'll get Khalil's reaction too. So stay tuned. Enjoy what I'm assuming will be a driving montage that I'll probably put together after this. And then next thing you know, we'll be in Massachusetts. But really, it will have taken me about 3 hours. Ta-ta for now. All right, everyone, we are here with Chris from the Hasbro Star Wars team, and we've got the gunship.
We do have the gunship here
in person.
In person, yeah. It's fun to be able to bring it out and get it in front of people. Like you were saying earlier, there's nothing like this. Like people bringing out their own figures and playing with it and seeing the potential of it. So, plus we brought a couple new things for people today, just to do a subtle pipeline of stuff. We had teased the Padme and Shakti figures as part of Steve's poster sketch. Well, we brought card backs to make that a little more real for everybody today. So
very cool. Excited for these to come. But yeah, I mean, it's so cool just to get up close and personal with this and see, see it at scale. And I know you brought the older version of it as well, and you can really kind of see the difference.
I can grab that from under the table here.
Awesome.
Actually, we didn't have to bring this. Some of our friends brought this.
Oh, awesome.
But yeah, like you can really see how the toy compares to the modern TVC version.
Yeah.
And Steve said it. Like if you think you have a TVC gunship, you don't have a TVC gunship. And I think that, like, seeing it in person for everybody today, like, I think that becomes all the more real. Every time somebody gets in-person time with it, you really, appreciate the detail and the specialness of this project. So.
And then we've also got some sticker sheets here.
We do. So as part of the base offering, we've got the Service with a Smile and the Crumb Bomber replacement panels to go on the side. So you've got your plain one, and then those two. But one thing I've had in the works for a while for this, and we just revealed today, is that we've got 2 more label sheets coming. So these will be removable labels like the Cantina label sheet was. So you can put them on, take them off, and that'll let you customize to a whole bunch of different deco versions of the gunship. So all sorts of great stuff, and some key scenes from Clone Wars represented in these with some great character moments. So, Obi-Wan and Anakin and a bunch of other Jedi and clones populate gunships with these different pieces of nose art on. Plus, you get things like the little bomb mission markings. And the plan right now is to have those all be individual, so you can customize and add those to your ships.
Shouts to Plo Koon getting his due there.
Yeah, awesome. Close bros.
And then, of course, our unlocks are also on display here. So
we've got Coleman and Stacey and Egan all out here. So Egan being tier 3 at 14,000, and then Stacey at 12, and Coleman at 10,000 back. So hopefully we get there. We'll see how things go.
As we like to say on Adventures in Collecting, we are not an if, we are a when podcast. So when it gets
when we get there.
And you were saying that you were still adding like deco to this prototype.
2 days ago, I was updating some deco on this just to continue the refinement, because these projects are living projects, and we show them as early as we can to the community and get them excited about it. But this project will continue to evolve and get better as we go. An example of that is in our reveal renders. Those reveal renders didn't have wash deco on them. So, but that's something we discovered after we did the reveal renders that we could do and we could bring to this project. So the physical model that we have that happened after those renders has the wash deco. So there's a lot of grime detail under the wings. You can see some of that. You can see washes kind of pulling out some of the panel lines all over the thing. All that stuff was all added after the renders. And then we took it to San Diego for the launch. We've been on tour. We were just up in Canada with this thing. Well, this week I went back in and added some extra detail. So on this panel that my finger is touching right now wasn't red on that previous version of the model. So we went back and we continued to look at the reference and refine things. Like I said, that's a panel that in The Mandalorian, they didn't include that part of the red panel in the Mandalorian deco version of the ship. But in episode 2, that deco's there. So we went back in and revised that, put that in. Just Tuesday, just really to bring to this event. So
what's your favorite part about the gunship? You had to pick like the thing that you are most proud of in terms of whether it was a design challenge or just favorite feature.
I think there's a lot. Like that's why I'm pausing for a moment, because I think just overall, I think the whole up detailing and bringing this into a modern era. And I know people are aware of the one that happened in 2002. That one is, and we've said this before, that's if you think you have a TVC gunship, you don't. That one that happened previously was a toy. It was designed as a toy from the beginning. In 2002, when that happened, there was not the modern TVC line. That was supporting action feature play and figures that were less articulated, and that whole ship was that way. This one is the step up into where TVC is now. So a nice modern level of detail, articulation, deco. Well, I mean, a ship has articulation in a way, but it brings the base ship all the way up. And I think that is kind of my baseline favorite part of it. Like individual details, like there's a lot of fun stuff going on in here. Things that were just fun to add into this. So if I pull this panel off, you can see behind that there's the whole internals of the ship. So when we do these, we like to leave no surface untouched. And because I wanted to do the removable panels for the nose art to do those different pieces, I was going to take that off. Well, that meant I can do something behind that. And instead of it just being a flat panel and structure, like we can make that the internals that the cross-section books defined back in the day.
Greeblies.
Yeah. So Hans and Richard, the illustrators that did those books, worked with the team, David West Reynolds, I think back in the day, maybe even. But to do internals and define that stuff. So it's fun to bring that into TVC as a thing. And then the other side of the ship has the medical bay in the same area. So it's a play space where now you can go in there and you can have figures in that space. I think that sort of thing is great. It's like our ability to contribute to the universe that way and tell other stories and enable fans to have more play and display ability stuff. So
thank you so much for giving us a tour of it. For those that are on the fence, get off the fence. You have until 11.
Get on the gunship.
Get off the fence. Get on the gunship. Love it. You have until 11:59 p.m. Eastern time on September 8th to back this exclusively at HasbroPulse.com. Chris, thank you for your time, man.
Yeah, thanks everybody.
There you have it, folks. There is the gunship live from Red 5 Toys and Collectibles here in Massachusetts. As I promised earlier in the video, I had a surprise guest.
Hello, everybody.
It's my buddy Khalil from Caster's Corner.
It's my second video this week, even though I don't do them anymore.
He's back from the dead, practically. Yeah, so it was really cool to see it up close and in person. It is an impressive piece. What do you think? I've been talking a lot.
Like, it's giant. Like, it's big. It is really big, but like, you have to be dedicated.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing.
Yep.
Like, for me, the prequels don't have sentimental value, so it's harder for me to justify something like that. But it's impressive, and the way they were switching out all the figures, like, the impact was there.
Yeah. I mean, shouts to at SWTDC and Far Side of Endor who were in there. They brought like garbage bags practically filled with figures, and they were switching out between Phase 1 Troopers, Phase 1 501st, Phase 2 501st. They were doing, recreating scenes from the Clone Wars, from all of the different parts of the Star Wars canon where the gunship plays a role. Because this is focused on Attack of the Clones and the Battle of Geonosis, of course, but it is a ship that in the prequel era shows up multiple times. So if this is the part of the canon that you are really passionate about, it's something that you love. I honestly, there are a few other ships that carry this level of iconography from that era.
Well, and I think you can feel the Bad Batch in it too, right?
Absolutely.
So if you're into the Bad Batch and they're slowly working their way through,
Yep.
it'll be important to you too. So.
Yep. So as you just saw from Chris, and a little bit of just kind of B-roll from around the shop. First of all, once again, shouts to Red 5 Toys and Collectibles. Awesome store. It's not that far from New Jersey. I mean, it's 2.5 hour drive. But if you are in the New England Northeast area and you're looking for a cool store to support the shop local at, Red 5 is awesome. And honestly, shouts to the team at Hasbro for bringing this thing on the road, bringing this prototype, and having a prototype that's actually like usable. Like, we've all seen those prototypes before that like you can't really do anything with.
Yeah, with the grayscales.
Yeah, Chris was taking pieces off of this, swapping things out, showing that it was displayable without the half of the wing, kind of like the Ghost and the Razor Crest are. So, if that is a concern, if you're putting this on top of like a Detal for a Billy bookshelf or something like that, you will be able to pop off the back half of it, which is clutch. But yeah, you have until September 8th, 11:59 p.m. Eastern time to back this. HasbroPulse.com. If this is something that you want, get off the fence. Also, there have been some like wonky issues a little bit with the Hasbro Pulse site, so like do not wait until the last minute on this. If this is something that you want, you will not get charged unless the project funds. So if like you're waiting for some last minute miracle or something, like be a part of that last minute miracle and get your order in, or try to get your order in. PayPal usually works for me. I have a hard time using like my credit card on Hasbro Pulse for some reason. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, HasbroPulse.com if you want the gunship. Yeah, and as always, until next time, this has been Eric and Caster's Corner.
Yeah.
Until next time, I wonder where that'll be. Like
whenever you drive up here and get the day off.
Yeah, so may the force be with you. Go back the gunship.